Oh, shit. I forgot to get an intro. God damn it. I forgot to get an intro ready. Well, all right. It doesn't really matter. We're going to go over the closing out of the conference finals for OKC, Minnesota, and New York, Indiana. And then we'll go over the start of the finals. Well, actually, well, no, we'll not. You know what? Let's just get into the episode. God damn it. Recorded in central Pennsylvania in front of a live studio audience with your host, Ian DiCarlo. This is Hoagies and Pierogis. All right, we're going to get through this exceptionally fast. I just want to get through this with basically as little edits as possible. The MLB Pipeline series just came out. The future and past, not future, Jesus Christ, the past pipeline. So past prospects coming up. The series, Jesus Christ, I cannot fucking talk. What is wrong with me? Let's just get into the goddamn podcast. I just want to get through this. Conference finals. OKC, Minnesota. We could not get to the last game of each of these series last week. Game 5 for OKC in Minnesota. OKC was up 26-9 after the first quarter with a buzzer beater 3 to add on to the humiliation for the Timberwolves. The final score wasn't much better for the Timberwolves as they lost by 30, 124-94. The Thunder led in every single team category except for offensive rebounds. I feel like the Thunder are the only ones in the playoffs with like a traditional big three in SGA, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Williams now. And the Thunder finally get a little break at the best time right before the finals. I really don't think that the Pacers can beat them. But before the Pacers could close out the series, Game 5, the Knicks came in and took care of business, leading from start to finish to force Game 6, winning 111-94. Brunson had 32 points and Cat had a 24-point, 13 rebound double-double. A 24.30 rebound double-double. Jesus, that would be insane. Halliburton was shut down and finished with only 8 points. Benedict Mathurin was the top scorer off the bench for the Pacers with 23 points. Who? After Game 5, ESPN posted this zesty edit of Brunson in a pink fuzzy getup, and I was immediately like, yep, it's over for the Knicks. And in Game 6, I guess the Pacers just decided to take Game 5 off to get some built-in rest there. They crushed the Knicks 125-108 to move on to the finals for the first time in 25 years. This was also TNT's last NBA broadcast, which was bittersweet, but because Reggie Miller was able to present the team with a conference finals trophy, Reggie Miller played for the Pacers. It was hilarious that Halliburton was walking up all cocky thinking he was going to win MVP for the series, but it was actually Siakam, Pascal Siakam, who had been going off just a little bit more than Halliburton. All right, so the finals. ESPN has the Thunder at a 75% chance to win. Oh, that's insane. Game 1 is tonight, Thursday, so we'll go over the start of the series next week. And the whole thing, if the Thunder sweep next week, I'll put off the podcast until Friday because Game 4 would be on Wednesday night. So I would definitely be willing to cover all of that if they do sweep. But speaking of other finals, let's move on to NHL. We have a rematch for the Stanley Cup underway. The Oilers are looking to avenge their loss to the Panthers last year with Connor McDavid trying to win Connor McDavid his first Stanley Cup, which he is more than deserving of. This is the first rematch since 2008-09 when the Penguins took revenge against the Red Wings and won the Stanley Cup. I remember exactly where I was when I was watching this game. When they clinched the cup, I was at my grandma's house. So, Game 1 was last night, Wednesday night. But since that hasn't happened yet for me, I don't know the outcome yet. So, we'll kind of touch on that next week. I hope the Oilers win. I do hope the Oilers win. It's going to be an all, blue and orange season, isn't it? So, would that mean that the Broncos would win in the NFL if we're going all blue and orange? Maybe. But like always, we don't have too much on the NHL. almost nothing on the NHL. But holy shit, the Pirates. We're moving on to the MLB. The Pirates scored 9 runs and then 10 runs in back-to-back games against the Diamondbacks, with the later amount providing run support for Skeens in that start while we were recording last week. So, yeah, they scored 10 runs, and they only gave up 1. Next up was the Padres, but the Pirates actually did all right, even though they lost 2 of 3 to them. But they cannot win Game 1 of a Series 2 to save their lives. That's 6 straight series that they lost Game 1. Game 1 ended on a bullshit strike call, though, to Davis, who has been hot. And the bases were loaded at the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs. Things like that need to be able to be challenged, but we have some pretty bad news on that front from Bob Nightingale. It looks like the ABS challenge system will be on hold for another year after feedback from MLB received from players this spring. It will likely be implemented for 2027. Oh, piss the fuck off, MLB. This shit is crazy, especially after that horrible call in this game. I know I just said that their streak was 6, but the Pirates blew another gem from Skeens and lost 3-0 to the Astros in Game 1 to drop the first game in 7 straight series now. What do they have to do to win the first game of a series? I don't know. 8 innings, 1 run on a home run, only 3 hits given up. Did he have any walks? I don't even know if he had any walks, maybe 1, and 8 strikeouts. And the Pirates still lost. Lance McCullers came in and shredded the Pirates lineup and got his first win since September 21st, 2022. It has been over 2 years since he's gotten a win in the MLB. Jesus Christ, that is crazy. If you were a good pitcher at any point in your career, you'd be able to cut this lineup. You'd be able to cut up this lineup today. I bet a current day 89-year-old Sandy Koufax could notch at least 6 strikeouts against this lineup. That's horrible. Skeens is now 4-6 with a 2.05 ERA. Is that the lowest ERA for a pitcher with a 4-6 record at any point in the season? Even the Mets could score a run to at least. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I cannot talk today at all. Even the Mets could score a run to at least get DeGrom the no decision if he let up a single run. Well, I asked Grok, since it's nearly impossible to search by midseason record, so looking up if a pitcher was 4-6 at any point in the season is not as easy as you think it would be. Grok came back with a comparison of Tim O'Keefe ending the season with a 6-6 record and a 0.86 ERA. Yeah, you're like, wait, what? That sounds like the best season ever. And you're like, why have I not heard of that? Because it happened in 1880. Before, like, stats start to count in, I believe 1896 is, like, the cutoff date. 1880. 1880, not 1980. 1880. Yeah, what the fuck? You have to be fucking kidding me. Baseball wasn't even fully formed as a sport, and the Pirates' offense is worse than random people being plucked off the street and outfitted in wool jerseys that were 3 sizes too big. Now, I don't want to say it can be worse, but the Rockies just won their first series of the season and had their first series sweep in over a year against the Marlins, and they're 12-50. They're on pace for the most losses ever, beating the Cleveland Spiders, which is what a lot of people thought the Cleveland Indians should have changed their name to. And man, we are in the dead period for football all around. No college, basically no NFL. The only thing I have for the NFL is the cover of Madden is Saquon doing the backwards hurdle, and I gotta say it's pretty badass, honestly. But yeah, they're just arguing about the playoff format in college football, kind of arguing who gets more auto bids. Ryan Day said that the Big Ten should get 4 auto bids. So what, you had Oregon, Ohio State, and Penn State in Indiana last year? Wait, no. Who else was in the playoff last year? I got to look that up. Why do I have to look that up? I don't know, because I'm a fucking idiot. God damn it. So the Big Ten last year did have 4 teams in, but they had Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, and Indiana, who got their shit pushed in by Notre Dame, who did make it to the championship game. But there should not be 4 automatic bids for the Big Ten. The last one got crushed, and it was not close at all, not even a little bit. I really don't think that's the way to go. More auto bids for these schools or for these conferences are just crazy. It should just be at large. Just put the conference champions in, and then just seed it based on their ranking in the poll. It's that simple. All right, last thing that I have to artificially inflate the length of this episode is 2 over-the-top celebrations that just were way too much. The first is a softball player that made it all the way home on a bunt and then screamed in the catcher's face. People on Instagram were saying, if they were a man, you'd be cheering him on. No, I'd be calling him a fucking psychopath, and there would almost certainly be a benches clearing brawl after that. I can't think of a single time a major league player scored, then intentionally turned around and screamed in the catcher's face. Now, the second celebration comes from a California State track championship where the runner won the 400 meter and had her dad hand down a fire extinguisher, which set the Why can't I talk today? The second celebration came from a California State track championship where the runner won the 400 meter and had her dad hand down a fire extinguisher, which she then set off on the track.
After winning the 400-meter event at the CIF State Championships with a time of 53.24 seconds, her dream of winning a state title went up in flames after celebrating using a fire extinguisher.
When she blew the fire extinguisher, the opponents were gone. That was our moment of celebration.
The North Salinas High sophomore grabbed a fire extinguisher from her father and coach and extinguished off her spikes. The CIF deemed her celebration unsportsmanlike, stripping her of her title.
Are you insane? Her title was revoked, and they are claiming that this is racially motivated. Listen, funny idea. You went so fast that you set the track on fire and had to put it out. But have we not learned no props for celebrations? 0 props, like at all times, like on the track, even if there aren't any other players around or runners around or whatever. Especially ones that expel stuff that could injure someone if inhaled. That's insane that they're like mad that she got her title revoked for this. Obviously, you're bringing something onto the field. Who knows what it could have been? Like, you just cannot do that. Last thing, the MLB The Show series, MLB The Show GOAT series, is not going so well right now. We're getting blown up in the major leagues. I cannot, for the life of me, have a better start than that 7.2 innings pitched with 9 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Every single game, I give up a goddamn home run or 2. It's pissing me off. I might bump it down to legend, or at least Hall of Fame, make it a little bit more exciting. Because it's just, at this point, not even fun to watch. It's not fun to do. It's not fun to fucking play on GOAT. I've almost had enough. I will give it a little bit more of a shot, maybe until the end of this next season. But it's not going to last. I'm going to get demoted to AAA before the end of the season even happens, honestly. So, guys, this has been a very short one, very terrible one. I cannot even fucking talk today. I've been very tired. But yeah, god damn it. I mean, motivation is at an all-time low for this. I'm going to be honest with you. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Do whatever you got to do. I mean, if you're even listening, who cares? Hoagies and Pierogis is available on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. I don't upload clips to Instagram and TikTok anymore, so don't even follow us if you want to. Whatever. Adios. Recorded in central Pennsylvania in front of a live studio audience with your host Ian DiCarlo, this is Hoagies and Pierogis.